We are here on this October the 14th. David Frias, Living Wage Coalition, Media Coordinator. We're here to interview Lilian Maher from the Paid Family Leave Collaborative, and as well as a guest who's helped pass law for them, Pat. And so we'll go inside and...
All right. Hi, I'm Lilian Maher. I'm the Outreach Coordinator for the California Paid Family Leave Collaborative. And that collaborative is made up of the Legal Aid Society, Employment Law Center, the Labor Project for Working Families, Equal Rights Advocates, and the California Women's Law Center. So the Paid Family Leave Collaborative is here to promote the Paid Family Leave Act, which is a new law since 2004, which not many people know about. So it is important to help working families be able to afford to be there for their loved ones in times of need. So to take care of a seriously ill family member or to bond with a new child, whether that's a newborn, newly adopted, or newly placed child. So the law allows 55% of the weekly wages from a minimum of $50 per week to a maximum of $917 a week. That amount changes per year, so it's been increasing. And so that's up to 6 weeks per year, and it can be taken in little bits at a time. The law doesn't say that you have to take it all 6 weeks in a year, and it helps for those who don't have paid sick days or paid vacation days so that they can be there, afford to pay the bills, and be there to provide care for their family. Okay, so it is very important for us to talk to each other and let each other know about paid family leave when we just basically talk. You know, everybody asks, how are you doing, how's the family, and this is one way that we can really help each other. So it's really unfortunate that 4 years later the awareness is 36% for folks who earn more than $75,000 per year, but when we look at the awareness for people who earn $25,000 or less for their household income, that number is 14%. So the people who need it the most have the least awareness. African Americans have 18% awareness. The Latino and Latina households, 19% awareness. Asians, 38%, and white people, 33%. So I think it's really important for us to get the word out to African Americans, to Latinos, Asians, and minorities who need to know. And as far as if somebody is born here, their awareness tends to be increased. 32% of U.S.-born people in California know about the law, whereas 20% foreign-born do not. So if you know somebody who may benefit, please let them know. And so the program is administered by the California Employment Development Department, and their phone number is 1-877-BE-THERE. So that's 877-BETHERE. And here at the Collaborative and the Legal Aid Society Employment Law Center, we have a working family hotline. That number is 800-880-8047, and you can call for free, and we'll help you. That's what we're here to do, and we're just here to help get the word out and make sure that working families can work and live and take care of their families.
Hi, my name is Pat Shue. I'm the Vice President for Programs at the Legal Aid Society Employment Law Center, and I had the Gender Equity Program here. The Legal Aid Society Employment Law Center is a member of the Paid Family Leave Collaborative, which is a group consisting of Equal Rights Advocates Inc. in San Francisco, the California Women's Law Center in Los Angeles, Labor Project for Working Families, and at one point it also included the Asian Law Caucus as well as our office. And we all came together, years ago actually, kind of working informally, trying to get working class families and workers the right to take paid leave and unpaid leave. And we have, each of our organizations has a history of working on the Family Medical Leave Act, the California Family Rights Act. Our own office has been involved in working family issues for about 25 years. And we're a bunch of nonprofits that kind of came together, wanted to really see if we could take this leave step to the next step, which is to get paid leave, and worked on a bill with the California Labor Federation, which is really the lead sponsor on the bill, and Senator Sheila Kuehl, who is the author of it. And lo and behold, Gray Davis signed it into law in September of 2004. So it's been in effect for 4 years now. And what it does is allows people, workers, to take time off from work to care for a seriously ill spouse, partner, or child, and to get some short-term disability insurance for it. So it is really the most comprehensive state law in all of the United States. It's really a model for other states. Many other states look to California for its language and its approach. But what we're really happy about is that for working poor families, this is a way to restore income in times of medical crises. Or when a new family has a newborn child or a newly adopted or foster child. You can take time off to bond with that child. It's really an extension of short-term disability insurance benefits. Instead of getting the short-term disability benefits for yourself because you're injured, you actually get it because you're caring for someone else who's seriously ill or you're bonding with the child. Our biggest challenge right now is to make sure that as many workers as possible know about this law throughout California, urban areas, rural areas, language minorities know about it. It's one of those, I think, landmark laws in the United States, and we're hoping that more people will take advantage of it. The research right now indicates that most people don't know about it, and the ones that do know about it have some worries about taking it. They worry about perhaps being retaliated against if they take it. They worry about losing their job. But it's still a benefit that's out there. You can get up to 55% of your wages for a 6-week period of time. You don't have to work for your employer for a specified period of time. You don't have to work for a large employer. So it really is a benefit for workers who need money and income restoration during times of crisis. We've been working with Lilian here, who's our new paid family leave coordinator, and we're really working across the state to try and get the message out, also working with the Employment Development Department to coordinate our efforts to make sure that people, in fact, do take advantage of it. Unfortunately, the United States lags so far behind our European counterparts and counterparts in other parts of the world in terms of leave and health care and child care and health care benefits and health insurance. This is one step trying to equalize and bring the United States kind of up to speed with the rest of the world. So real kudos to Senator Sheila Kuehl, who will be leaving office soon. This is one of her major pieces of legislation. Senator Kuehl and I have known each other for many years, and we've been working on these issues for many years, and quite frankly, we never thought in our lifetime we would see a paid leave bill passed. Governor Gray Davis signed this law in the early 2000s, and it became effective in 2004, so it's been on the books for 4 years, and we're happy about that, but we need to make sure that the message gets out to people, that it's available.
I have one question. I guess, you know, it is rough times right now with the economy, and here in San Francisco it's already it's tough to pay the bills, you know. It's an expensive city to live in, and there's a lot of families, you know, poor families, whether they're immigrants or not, who, you know, have trouble paying, you know, they live in apartments, and they're having, you know, issues with bills and stuff like that. In your experience meeting these type of people, has it really, I mean, how much has it benefited for the people who come to you guys? Like, because there's people, like you said, they don't know, they have no idea, and they might be a little suspicious or uncomfortable about it. But I'm sure you've had more experience than Lilian, with meeting these people face to face. So can you give me that, as far as here in San
Sure.
Francisco?
For a lot of workers and their families, it's a godsend. If a family is facing a medical crisis, like they have a very ill child or an ill parent, and they need to take time off, this gives them the time to do that, to be with someone who's ill, plus to have some of their income available. Many of our clients are the working poor and their families, and they can't afford to hire somebody, they can't afford to put an elderly or sick parent into an institution or elder care, and many people don't want to. I myself grew up as a daughter of a single mother who worked as a secretary and used to save her vacation because there wasn't any sick leave for her. So she used to save her vacation so she could use it when we got sick. So I can really kind of understand, and it's very hard times for people. This is just one little safety net, because there are no more safety nets, unfortunately. There just are none in the society right now. And so for the working poor, it's not going to save the world, but it's going to help a little bit for some families.
It's really important to get the word out to people who know about it. I think, it's nice that the folks who are making $75,000 a year know about it, but we really want to make sure that the low-income workers who need it the most, who don't have the paid vacation, who don't have the paid sick days, know about this law and their entitlement. According to the California Employment Development Department, last year there was over $410 million in benefits paid out to people taking paid family leave claims. So it's important to remember that this over $410 million is from the employees themselves. That was deducted from their disability insurance. And there have been over 500,000 claims processed since its inception in 2004. So it's been a great help for Californians, especially for working families who may not have enough to pay the bills and have the time off while providing care for a seriously ill family member or a new child. The average this year for 2008 has been $462 per week. And so again, that can vary. It's 55% of the weekly wages, and up to a maximum of $917. So the average now is less than the maximum, which shows that that it's really the lower income working families who need it and who can take these benefits to help out when they don't have the paid sick days or paid vacation days that others have the luxury of.
So Lilian, a question that I would like to ask you, more on a personal level, because unless you're rich and you could afford family care, or you have a relative who's always around, but for many of us, it's kind of tough, because especially for the elderly, parents, uncles or whatnot, who have to work. I've known plenty of people who've had to work and they're as sick as a dog, or they have an injury, but they realize that they have to pay the bills and they have to earn a paycheck. And I'm aware that you also have it affects you greatly, So if you want to explain about that.
Sure. This law and this whole program is really important to me, because I feel like I've had the luxury of being able to be there with my mom when she needed care. And I just want to make sure that everybody else, no matter what their income level is able to afford to be there during those important times when their family member needs them. So this law, the Paid Family Leave Act, will allow will help people to be able to afford to be there to provide care for a seriously ill family member or to bond with a new child. So it was really
Is that a big motivation for you? I mean, in your job, like usually people who have jobs, they do it more because they whether income or whatnot. But for you, is it more like just a drive for you?
So the opportunity to be there with my mom, to not only take her back and forth to doctor's appointments, but to be there in the appointments with her to help her understand what's going on, has been precious and priceless to me. It's hard enough for me to understand what's a tectal glioma, or all this about brain tumors, and I was born here and English is my first language, so it's really important for me to be able to be there for her, to help her understand. And it's been helpful for my brother and sister and her husband, so we all can help be there and make informed decisions about healthcare. And I would hate for somebody else to not have the same opportunity to be there for their family member because they can't afford to take a day off of work. So that's why it's been so rewarding for me to be in this position as outreach coordinator for the Paid Family Leave or with the collaborative, because that's what we do. We're here to get the word out about this law and make sure that the people who need it the most, first of all, know about it and know how to access it. And it's, I can't say enough how important I think it is, and we need to make sure people know about it so that they don't have to have this decision of whether they're going to take care of their family or they're going to go to work. So this will allow them to be there during the important times when the family member is seriously. If you'd like more information or a workshop or training on paid family leave, you can call 415-864-8848. That is the number for the Paid Family Leave Collaborative. The number for the California Employment Development Department, which is the State Department administering the Paid Family Leave program. Their number is 877-BE-THERE. That's 877-BETHERE. And the Work and Family Hotline for the Legal Aid Society Employment Law Center is 800-880-8047. You can also go online to www.paidfamilyleave.org for more information on paid family leave and the collaborative.
The Church Women United is a coalition of women's church groups. This was begun in about 1941 with women from various churches who had been working together already, forming into a coalition. And the group does many, many things besides bringing folks together from various denominations. I think there are about 50 denominations of churches that participate, but we also support many worthy causes. We supported Cesar Chavez. We bought buses for him to use. We supported the civil rights movement and Martin Luther King, and had integrated meetings in the South long before it was popular to do that. In San Francisco, we meet monthly, and we have what we call celebrations that people come to get together and have special programs that have been written at the national level. This is a nationwide organization that has people in every state. This is Victoria Fisher, who is the regional coordinator for the Southwestern region of Church Women United. Say a few words, Victoria.
We are very committed to do something that is just and good for the society. And we work with all races, and we work for everybody, especially women and children. Last 4 years, we focused on women in the world. Now we are going to focus for the next 2008 to 2012 on children. Children all over the world, not just here. So we are a branch of the non-governmental branch of the UNICEF, United Nations program. So we give information to them to what's to be done for the clean water, education, health programs for the children of the rest of the world. And we're going to work towards it. We're going to raise funds, we're going to do programs to make it aware for everybody what the children are going through in different parts of the world. At least here in the United States it's more in child abuse, but in other countries it's different. In Thailand and Indonesia it is child prostitution, in India it is child labor, in Africa it is children who are dragged into civil wars and made into soldiers as early as 8 or 9 years old. So we have a lot of problems. And in all these countries, the children are in need, especially schooling, clean water, nutritious food. That's what we're working for next 4 years.
United admires very much the Living Wage Coalition and your work for obtaining health care for the poorest people in San Francisco, and the work for bringing equality in the wages of home health care workers. And as much as we can, we have testified at City Hall and we have marched with signs, and we have done whatever we could to try to help the Living Wage Coalition. We are presenting our Human Rights Award to Carl Kramer and Robert Bustamante and the Living Wage Coalition, we honor very highly the work that they have done.
This is the third annual Human Rights Celebration, sponsored by Church Women United here in the city of San Francisco. Each year, this celebration provides the opportunity to our local individuals and groups who work in areas that affirm glad to honor them today, and we are really gifted to be with you. Thank you so much. Amen.
Well, thank you very much for having us here. Really a great honor. And, you know, it's even more meaningful to honor because it's united.
If they feel the economy is inflationary, they will raise interest when their homes are in the threat of foreclosure because of the predatory lenders. Talk them into some